Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Rabbi yassir wa la tuassir wa tammim bil khair. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Inshallah, lesson number 29 is today, and we are going to do present tense in Jumla Ismiya. So let's start. So now we know that there are two kinds of sentences, we know, right? Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fe'liya. And Jumla Ismiya, we know that simple Jumla Ismiya, it is always going to start with an ism. And this is how we know that this is Jumla Ismiya. And Jumla Fe'liya is going to start with the fail. But we will see in a complex sentence that one sentence can start with Jumla Ismiya, but then its khabar is going to be Jumla Fe'liya. That is very common in Quran Pak. So this is what we are going to learn today. Or sometimes what can happen that a sentence start with Jumla Fe'liya and then it's maf'ul, because fail file is already in the verb, right? So fail file is gonna be there, and then maf'ul is the thing that is going to be outside, right? So this maf'ul can be Jumla Ismiya. So that is very interesting. So let's see in these examples over here. Okay, so let me read first. So it says, recall that the normal sentence structure for a Jumla Fe'liya with an outside doer is fail, file, and finally maf'ul, right? These are the components of Jumla Fe'liya. For example, Allah wants would be yuridullahu. We know that the word Allah over here is the outside doer of yuridu. So we have fail and we have a file over here. In modern standard Arabic, Allahu yuridu would also be translated as Allah wants, right? So Allahu, now this is Jumla Ismiya, right? And then yuridu is basically the khabar of this mubtada over here. However, in classical and Quranic Arabic, we would translate it as Allah, He wants. So basically there is a emphasis, there is a stress, because we can see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned twice over here. So that happened for a reason. Why? Because in the sentence, Allahu yuridu does not have an outside doer, right? Because outside doer should be after the fail, not before. Over here, the word Allah is before the fail, not after. Over here, it was the outside doer because it was after the fail. Remember, the outside doer must be after the fail. Thus, the inside doer of the fail must be translated as well. Now, look at the example over here. It says, Fallahu. So, fa is connector over here. Allahu. So, we are looking for a Jumla Ismiya over here. This is our mubtada. And then it says, Yahkumu. Yahkumu is a fail. Failun mudariun failuhu huwa. Yahkumu, he judge, bainahum, or he will judge, bainahum, between them, yawmul qiyamah, then on the day of judgment. So now, fallahu, fa is connector, the word Allah is mubtada, and then yahkumu is fail mudariya, right? Bainahum between them, right? This is a special mudaf, right? So this and bain, this is our maf'ul, right? He will judge between who? Bainahum, between them, right? So this is maf'ulun bihi. And then yawmul qiyamah, when would he judge? On the day of judgment. So this is maf'ulun fihi. So that means the whole thing is connected, right? Yahkumu bainahum yawmul qiyamah. The whole sentence, jumla failure, is one bucket. This is jumla failure, and this jumla failure is coming as a what? As a khabar of this mubtada over here. So that happens in Quran Pak a lot. Now, if it was Yahkumullahu bainahum yawmal qiyamah, then we know this word Allah is the outside doer. Then this is a just simple jumla failure, right? Another example, when if we say Yashhadullahu innaka Rasulullahi. Now what happened? What kind of sentence we are looking at? Jumla failure, right? Yashhadullahu, or the word Allah is outside doer for Yashhadu. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala witness or take oath, both meaning can be shahida yashhadu. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take oath, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala testify, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala witness. What does he witness? Innaka Rasulullahi. That indeed you are Rasul of Allah. So now what happened? We have fail, we have file over here. And what else do we need? Maf'ul, right? Where is the maf'ul? Innaka Rasulullahi. Because when we say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala testify what? That you are the Rasul of Allah. So the whole sentence, Jumla Ismiya, is the maf'ulun bihi over here. And then since it's not going to show us, so we're gonna say fi mahalli nasab, right? Because this is our maf'ulun bihi. Or it could be Allahu yashhadu innaka Rasulullahi, right? In same Allahu, now this is jumla ismiya, right? So this is our mubtada, yashhadu is our khabar, jumla fi'liya, and then innaka Rasulullahi is maf'ulun bihi of yashhadu. Is that clear to everyone? Making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot in Quran Pak. So now in Surat Munafiqun, we have this kind of situation, these kind of sentences. So let's analyze a few of ayat from Surat Munafiqun. So idha, what kind of word is idha?
It's a special mudaf.
It could be, it comes as a mudaf, that's right. But it is also zarf,
Zarf, yeah.
because the translation is when, right?
Please.
So
Okay.
it is also come as a zarf. When we have zarf, what do we need?
Mudaf ilayh.
Mudaf ilayhi. Okay. So basically, ja'aka, this is kind of advanced, but I'm gonna drop here. Ja'aka, what kind of word is ja'aka?
El Madi.
Madin, failuhu.
Huwa.
What is ka?
Ka is
Maf'ulun bihi.
attached pronoun.
Attached pronoun.
Maful. Ka is mafulun.
Maful bihi.
Maf'ulun bihi.
Maful bihi. And now failun madin, basically this is the mudaf ilayhi of iza.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna say fi mahalli. Fi mahalli.
Nasab.
Nasab.
No, jar.
Oh, no. Jar.
Fi mahalli jar. Why?
Jar, yes.
Because it's
it is
mudaf
mudaf
Maf'ulun
ilayh.
bihi. Maf'ulun bihi.
No, I'm talking
No,
about the whole thing. Ja'aka. The
It's
whole thing ja'aka is the
it's mudaf ilayhi for idha.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna use the term fi mahalli jar mudaf
Jar, yes.
ilayhi for
Mudaf
iza.
ilayhi.
And one more thing about iza, that when iza come, even though it is ja'aka, it is fil madi, but how we gonna translate it? How we gonna translate
When?
this?
When in the future tense?
When
When they come,
munafiqun will come.
will come.
So always iza, even though if it is with the madi, it is going to give the meaning of future.
Future.
Okay, so these are the things about iza. And then ja'akal munafiquna. What kind of word is munafiquna and how it is connected to anything before?
It is marfu ism.
Yeah,
Marfu
what is marfuism doing here?
So it's
The
the
doer.
fa'il
The
of
doer.
ja'a,
Fa'il of who? Ja'a.
of ja'a.
Because ja'a is failun madin, fa'iluhu huwa. When we have huwa, then we can look for outside doer, right? So munafiqun is the outside doer for ja'a. So that means the whole thing, ja'akal munafiquna, the whole thing is mudaf ilayhi, because they are connected, right? And then you're gonna say that fi mahalli jar. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
So when munafiqun will come to you, qalu, they would say what? Nashhadu, we testify. What kind of word is nashhadu?
Fil mudari.
Fa'iluhu?
Nahnu.
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 Very good. Okay, so noon in the beginning is giving away that this is nahnu. So we testify. Who is saying that?
Munafiqun.
Munafiqun. We testify, and what they are testifying, innaka la rasulullahi, indeed you are. And this la, what kind of la is that?
Surely.
Surely, for emphasis. It's
Emphasis.
not harfujar. If it was harfujar, what it should be?
Li.
Li, very good. Okay, it should be li then, but it is la, so that is lam of emphasis. Inna kala rasulullahi, indeed you are the Rasul of Allah. So now what's going on over here? So many things to explain over here. When is the word qalu come? Qala, qalu, qalat, any version of qala. What do we expect after that? Did I mention that before ever?
Yeah, the state. The
Yeah, the
statement.
sad statement.
Maf'ul qawl. Yeah.
Qawl. Okay, maqulul.
One thing just qalu will be translated as future as well, like in the future
Yeah.
tense.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
So
Because it
all
is
the fail after that.
not after that, where the conversation is, for example, it is the conversation is up till here. Their words are up till here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so wherever the conversation or the thing is stopping, the subject is stopping, we need to stop over there. Now, wallahu ya'lamun, this is a separate sentence. So we're gonna say Allah would say, or Allah would know, rather we say Allah knows.
Okay.
Okay.
got it.
So
Jazakallah.
whenever qala or any version of qala comes, the whatever statement is after, that is called maqulul qawl.
Call.
Maqulul qawl mean the said statement. Okay, and what's the status of maqulul qawl? What status should be maqulul qawl? Because when I say he said what?
It should be
Nasab.
maf'ul bihi, nasab.
Maf'ulun bihi, because it is giving us the answer of what did he say.
What did he say?
So maf'ulun bihi, and it's not, since it is going to be a statement, it is not going to be a one word. So what term we are going to use? We're gonna say fi
في محل النصب.
fi mahalli nasab. Okay, so this is how it should be. So now qalu, so this is how we're gonna say analyze qalu failun madin failuhu hum, right? And then nashhadu innaka la rasulullahi, the whole statement is maqulul qawl maf'ulun bihi fi mahalli nasab. The whole thing from nashhadu to Rasulullahi up till here. Okay, clear everyone?
Yes,
So this is one thing. This is basically our big label. Now we need to dissect further. So nashhadu, we already said failun mudari'un failuhu nahnu, right? Now we have fail file already. What else do we need?
مفعول به.
متعلق بالفعل
أو
مفعول.
أمر.
Yeah, it could be mutalik bil fail or what else?
أو مفعول.
Maful. So do we see any maful here? So we're gonna ask ourselves answer. We testify. They are saying we testify. So what are they going to testify?
That.
So they are testifying that innaka, indeed you are surely Rasul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So this is basically
The مفعول
mafulun bihi for
به.
nashad. Mafulun bihi. And again, we're gonna say mafulun bihi, what status it should be?
في النصب.
Fi
نصب.
mahalli
في
nasab.
محل
في محل
نصب.
نصب.
Okay, so this is how we should be looking at it. And then, since now inna kala Rasulullah, yes, it is mafulun bihi, but this mafulun bihi is not one word, right? So we need to further dissect it. How we can further dissect? Inna ka, what kind of word is it?
حرف
word.
توكيد ونصب.
اسمها.
Yeah, so inna harfu tawqid, ka is ismu inna. So basically this is our mubtada, right?
Jumla ismiya then.
La is for emphasis, so lam of emphasis, and Rasulullahi is idafa fragment, and this is the khabar of inna. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry, you mentioned something like inna is harfu tawkid.
Harfu tawqid or harfu nasab, whatever you want to call.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So far so good.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, next one. Now, wallahu, and Allah, ya'lamu, he knows, innaka, indeed you are, la rasuluhu, his rasul. So now, is that connected to qalu? Is that still maqlul qawl?
No,
Yes.
that was
Yes.
said by Munafiq.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there is a
Because
wow
of
connection.
harf ataf.
Is that munafiqeen saying that wallahu ya'lamu?
No, the other
No,
thing.
no.
Allah.
The,
So it is not connected. It's not maqulul qawl anymore.
yeah,
but
that's what I'm
sentence.
saying. That
are not the words of
previously was said by
Munafiqun now.
Munafiqun.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So our maqulul qawl has finished up till here.
Finish here. It's a new sentence.
It's a new sentence. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking. Wallahu. So what kind of sentence we are looking at?
جملة اسمية.
جملة اسمية.
Jumla ismiya. So wallahu is our mubtada. And what is ya'lamu?
This is
خبر.
Ya'lamu is khabar.
فئة خبر.
Okay.
is a
And
fi'l.
see, and this khabar is jumla failiya.
Yes.
Fail file, this is a complete sentence. Right? So
Yes.
this ya'lamu is khabar of mubtada Allah, the word Allah, and this is jumla failiya. And then innaka la rasuluhu, again we can one way to look at it, that we can say this is mafulun bihi.
مفعول به.
Okay, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows? That for sure, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his
Certainly,
Rasul.
his messenger.
So, fi mahalli nasab. And then we can further break down. We can say innaka is mubtada and la rasuluhu is the khabar. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, now moving on. Wallahu and Allah yashhadu, he testifies, innal munafiqina lakadibun. So still now Allah's words are going on here. So Jumla Ismiya again. Wallahu is mubtada. Who can do that? It is very easy. We already discussed that, right? So who can do that?
I can try. Wallahu it's a jumla ismiya, so it's mubtada. Yashhadu is fi'l mudari. And Failu is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is huwa.
Failu huwa, very good.
And then it's also it's a khabar for mubtada Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wallahu.
Yes, the of the word Allah, yes.
And inna is harf tawqid wa nasb. And it's also
innal munafiqina.
So it's also mubtada.
So munafiqina is what?
Inna is harfu nasb wa tawqid, and munafiqina is ismunna.
So together they are making mubtada, not only inna, right?
Yes, and fi mahalli nasb because of ismu inna.
Okay.
And lakazibun, la is
Lamul muzahlaka. Lam of emphasis, yes.
And then khabar of ismu inna.
Kazibuna is a khabar of inna. Very good. And now one more thing. Innal munafiqina lakazibun. Give one more label to it. What kind of label it can get?
So
since we have jumla
sorry, if it's jumla failure, it's also mafulun bihi.
Very good. So the innal munafiqina lakazibun could be mafulun bihi for yashadu.
Yashadu.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, one more interesting thing over here. I put from some Arab book. It says "Iza jaaka iza zarfiya shartiya." We didn't learn about shartiya yet. So, but zarf we just discussed, right? So iza could be zarf, and fi mahalli jar. So this is idafa fragment. We already discussed that. Then qalu is madin, failuhu wa jumla hal nashadu. So this is basically hal of nashadu. Mudariya failuhu mustatir wa jumla maqulul qawl innaka inna wa ismuha la rasulullahi lam is lamul muzahlaka wa khabarha mudaf. And okay, so this is all clear. Now ismiya jawab nashhadullah mahalla laha. So jumla ismiya nashhadu innaka la rasulullahi. Is it talking about that? Li annahu jara majri kasam. Okay, we're gonna just leave that alone. Wallahu, they are saying that wallahu ya'lamu innaka la rasulullahi. These are the this is a sentence inserted. You know, sometimes we are talking about something and then we just add one word or one sentence to describe further, right? And then we go to the topic again, right? So that is kind of insertion that is called jumla itradiya. and that happened. Wallahu ya'lamu innaka rasulullahi. So this is Allah's words. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is inserting. He wanna say that because they were taking oath that innaka rasulullahi, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to give the answer that yashadu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testifying innal munafiqina lakazibun. So basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was telling that they are the kazibun, they are lying over here. They do not testify you as a rasul from their heart, right? But wallahu ya'lamu innaka rasuluhu. So this is basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inserted that sentence, right? So main thing he wanna say was that they are lying, but that is insertion. So that is called jumla itradiya. And but whenever we have jumla itradiya, it is la mahalla laha. It doesn't have any i'rab. When we say i'rab, for example, now if I say something is maf'ulun bihi, so what comes to your mind? That its status is going to be nasab, right? If I say this word is mubtada, what comes to your mind? That its i'rab is going to be rafa, right? But when we see jumla itradiya or anything that says la mahalla laha, it means it does not have any i'rab position. Okay, so this is what it means. Then yeah, interesting thing over here, inna kala rasuluhu, inna wa ismuha lamul muzalaka. Okay, rasuluhu is the khabar, wa inna wa ismuha khabarha sadda musadda mafuli ya'lamu. So basically ya'lamu is a fail. It takes two maful. It takes how many maful? Two maful, because some verb in Arabic, they take more than one maful. So ya'lamu is one of them. Because when we say ya'lamu, he knows what, right? And what else we can say? For example, we say khalaqa, he created something and someone, right? No, I'm confusing over here. Can't think of an example over here, but you know, ya'lamu is the one, because ya'lamu, he knows. Or for example, teaching. So someone is teaching someone, and what is the syllabus, right? What the person is teaching. So two things we need to require, right? So kind of same thing, ya'lamu, we need two maful. So now ya'lamu, its maful was inna kala rasuluhu. So this was, there aren't two maful, rather there is jumla ismiya. So basically it is saying that this jumla ismiya is taking the place of two maful which ya'lamu needed. Does it make sense?
So can we say that innaka is a maf'ul bihi one and la rasuluhu is a
No,
two?
no. Because this is all one sentence. This is all
One
connected.
sentence.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We need two maf'ul. There should be literally two maf'ul. For example, when I say khalaqallahu, Allah created. Khalaqallahu, Allah created
Like in Surat al-Mulk. Like in Surat
Sorry?
al-Mulk, like in Surat al-Mulk, there's an ayah that Allah created so that he can test, like put you to trial.
Yeah, exactly.
test you.
Yeah, that is the reason it is
Why?
given, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah. So khalaqallahu, Allah created insan, right? And then maybe we can say min teen, right? But over here min teeni, even though it is jar majroor, but it is giving us that how like what is their origin, right? So basically over here we can say that two maf'ul are required for khalaqa, ya'lamu, or allama, right? These kind of fail, they need two maf'uls. And when they are not getting two maf'uls, then sometimes we need to use this term. This is advanced when we'll do inshallah sarf. We will come to it. I was just trying to drop here, okay? So if you get it, it's okay. If it is hard, just leave it alone. And then what else? Yeah, that is basically. So is this ayah clear to everyone?
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move on. It says ittakhadhu, they took, aymanahum. Now it is not imana, right? This is aymana. What is the difference between ayman and iman? Anyone?
Iman is the qasam and Iman is like your deen, your
Iman.
faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not iman, this is ayman, and which is referring to oath. So ittakhazu, they took, aymanahum, their oath, junnatan, as a shield, faswaddu, and then they stopped themselves and others. So this saddu is basically a word that has that is lazim and mutaddi. Lazim and mutaddi mean in Arabic, fail could be lazim. When it is lazim, it means action is happening to that person only. It is not affecting anyone else. But mutaddi mean that it is affecting other. So fasaddu is a kind of fail which has both. So it is lazim and mutaddi. It means that they are stopping themselves as well as they are stopping others. From what? From a path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innahum, indeed they are, sa'a, how evil, how terrible, ma, what, kanu, they do, ya'lamun, as a amal. So kanu ya'lamun, basically, whenever kana and fi'l mudariya comes, it gives the meaning of something is happening in repetition over and over. So what they used to do. So how terrible was what they used to do. So now that was the translation. Now let's do analysis. Ittakhazu, who can tell me what kind of word is ittakhazu?
Fail madi or hum version.
Very good.
Ittakhadhu.
Failun madin failuhu hum. And then what is aymanahum? What is aymanahum? Aymana.
Mudaf alayh.
Yes, but aymana.
Maf'ulun bihi.
Maf'ulun bihi. Okay, so this is maf'ulun bihi. This is idafa fragment. And again, see, this is a good example over here. Ittakhazu is again a verb that is going to take two maf'ul. So aymanahum, they took what? They took their oath. So this is one maf'ulun bihi. And they took their oath as what? Junnatan, as a shield. So two maf'ul it is getting. Okay. So ittakhazu aymanahum junnatan. But in our previous example, since there were not two maf'ul which ya'lamu needed, so that's why we are using that term sadda musadda maf'ul lain. So this word, the whole sentence innahum. Let's go back over there. So innaka la rasulullahi. No, sorry. Ya'lamu innaka la rasuluhu. So ya'lamu needs two maf'ul, right? But there was jumla ismiya instead. We were not getting two maf'ul, so that's why we are using this term. Sadda, masadda, maf'ul, lain. Or it says saddat, So this is using feminine version. Saddat musaddat maf'ul lay. So basically it is maf'ul layni. Maf'ul layni ya'lamu, because maf'ul layni, maf'ulani, maf'ul layni, maf'ul layni, two maf'ul, right? So it says maf'ul layni ya'lamu, two maf'uls of ya'lamu. But if we are making it idafa fragment, that's why we dropped noon over here. Right? Does that make sense? Maf'ul lay ya'lamu, because this is idafa construction over here. Okay, so now these are our two maf'uls, and the Iraq book also said that Junnatan is also can be the hal of Ayman, because they took their oath as what? As a shield, right? So this is the hal of their oath. Their oath does not have any sincerity in it, right? Rather, they were taking these oaths just as a shield to just pretend that they are Muslim, but actually these oaths were not the truthful oath, right? Then fasaddu, Pelun Madin, again file is home, and then ansabilillahi, and saddu always, saddu is a verb that is married with the preposition an. So whenever you will see the word or any form of saddam, you will see this an with it. So they are always going to be together. Okay, and in this case, if you guys remember, if we can, so if let's say it is not taking on anymore, so what should be the sabila's status then?
Sabila.
Yes, fasaddu, so they took sabilallahi. They stopped sabilallahi. They stopped from the path of Allah. So that should be sabila, right? Remember when we were learning about that maf'uls, all these different kinds of maf'ul, then we mentioned that whenever, sometimes what's gonna happen, the word is kind of married with the preposition, and that's why we have to bring it that preposition over here, and without this preposition, basically it is the maf'ul, right? Sabilallahi, this is the maf'ulun bihi for saddu. But because of an, it is sabilillahi, and that's why we are giving it the label of MBF.
Yes.
Otherwise, it is maf'ulun bihi. Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
So, an sabilillahi faswaddu, so they stopped from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the whole sentence is done over here now. So we have fail file, Aymana, one maf'ulun bihi, Junnatan, another maf'ulun bihi, and then we have fasaddu. So this is an again a separate sentence. Since they were not taking their oath, were not truthful oath, right? Fasaddu. So as a result, like basically what they were, why they were taking oath, to just fit in with the Muslims, but actually they were stopping themselves and other from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So far, this fa is basically giving the kind of reasoning, we can say. Over here it's saying fa is ataf over here. We can just take as a connector as well. So fasaddu is connector over here. Fasaddu, so they stopped. Ansabilillahi, so this is our fail file, and ansabilillahi, as I said, it could be our maf'ul. Actually, it is our maf'ulun bihi, but since it is married with the harfu jar an, so that's why the label it is getting maf'ulun, sorry, MBF.
متعلق به. Sister Ahad, one more
Hmm.
question. Like اتخذوا, does فصدوا needs also to مفعول به or مفعول to مفعول?
They stopped. Yeah, it could be they stopped from. They stopped who and they stopped from what? Who and what? Yeah, these are the question basically we should be asking whenever the verb is taking two maf'uls, right? So who they are stopping and what they are stopping from. Okay, so these are the two questions we can ask. Same example, khalaqa, he created. Who did he create it? And what did what can be even why can be, right? Or how, right? So look like Sadhu can take two maf'uls. And now are we getting two maf'uls over here? No, right?
Right.
Yeah. So then we can use this term, sadda musadda. So an sabilillahi, basically this is taking the space of two maf'ul. Okay, then we have next. So this is done. Now we have a new sentence over here. Innahum. So these are the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Innahum, indeed they are. Sa'a. So again, we can see that innahum is, we are looking at jumla ismiya.
Ismiya.
And then sa'a ma kanu ya'malun. What is that? This is jumla failure coming as a khabar. Okay, so this is khabar of innahum. And then sa'a, we can further break down. Sa'a is failun madin, failuhu huwa. And since this is huwa, we can look for outside doer. Do we have outside doer?
Yes.
So it says
Yes,
how
ma
evil
kan.
ma.
Ma
So how
is a
evil
mistake.
or how terrible
It's a mistake.
is what they used to do. So basically whatever,
Little
this
mistake.
ma is ma mosul. Inshallah, I think we didn't learn it yet, but we will learn inshallah. This is called ma mosul and it gives the meaning of whatever. What or whatever. So whatever they used to do, how terrible it was. So basically this ma and this is ism, right? So it could be outside doer. So this ma is basically the outside doer of sa'a. And then kanu ya'malun is what they used to do. So kana plus fi'l mudari'a always give the meaning of they used to do. And this sa'a,
I don't get it. Like, how is ma an outside doer for sa'a?
sa'a is fi'lun madin fa'iluhu huwa. When it is huwa, can we look for outside doer?
Yes.
Yeah, so this ma kanu ya'malun, what they used to do. How terrible it is, what they used to do.
Yeah.
So this
But
what is
telling it, yeah, it is telling what, but it's not telling us who.
what they used to do. It is referring to their deeds. How
Okay.
terrible it was, what they used to do. So this ma is basically is the file of sa.
For their deeds. Okay, okay. Jazakallah.
Yeah. Okay, is everyone clear on it?
Yes.
Okay, so moving on. Okay, next one is, it says dhalika. What kind of sentence we are looking at?
مبتدا جملة اسمية.
جملة اسمية.
Okay. ذلك بأنهم. What kind of word is بأن?
جار مجرور.
Yes.
أن is حرف نصب.
حرف nasab, but I'm talking about بأن. We learned that
بأن is حرف نصب.
inna,
إن
anna.
أن بأن.
Okay. Inna. Can we mute the mic? It's making too much noise here. So inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, li anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. So all these bi anna, ka anna, li anna, right? We said that these are the harfu nasab, but today I'm gonna break some hearts over here. So bi anna is basically, it gives the meaning of because they are. So this ba give the meanings of because, and this basically, today we're gonna learn that this bi anna is basically ba of harfu jar. And then after anna, if ba is harfu jar, what we are expecting after that?
مجرور.
جار مجرور.
Okay. And then what could be whom then? Because this is the ism of inna, anna. So basically the whole thing is jar majroor then. Okay. So if we have jumla ismiya, and what could be the jar majroor? What label does jar majroor get?
متعلق
بالخبر. MBK. And one more thing, I'm gonna tell that in many Arab books or many people teach that MBK, they take it as a khabar. They call it Shibbu Jumla Khabar. What is Shibbu Jumla Khabar? What is Shibbu? Anyone know this word?
Yeah, we
Fragment.
Shibbu. It is like Shuba. It's like Mushabihat.
Mushabihat, yeah.
Right? So similar, Shibbu Jumla Khabar mean it is similar to Jumla. Shibbu Jumla Khabar. This term used to use Ustad Asif. Shibbu Jumla Khabar. Meaning that this is like resemble with Khabar. Because it is related to Khabar. We are saying it is related to Khabar, and they say that it same thing, it is look like a khabar. So in some Arab books, you're gonna find it as a khabar. For example, over here it says Zalika mubtada wal ba harfu jar wa anna wa madkhulaha. Madkhulaha mean it's ism fi mahalli jar bil ba, because of ba, this is fi mahalli jar wa jar majroor, and khabar zalika, this is the khabar of zalika, they are saying. We are talking it as a giving the label of MBK, but they call it khabar.
So
Yes,
the status of whom will be jar?
Bi annahum, the whole thing, we're gonna say fi mahalli jar because of bi. So bi annahum, we're gonna say this is jar majroor because of fi mahalli jar because of ba. Because ba is harfu jar.
So how will we be able to differentiate between bi anna and ismoinna, like bi harf jar and ismoinna?
Okay, why it is so confusing, Humaira? Ba harfu jar, and now I have anna, right? So anna is what? Is a majroor, right?
Yes.
And now this is a majroor is attached to whom? Can we put them in a different place?
No.
No, they are connected together, right? If they are
Yes.
connected together, then we're gonna take them together. So the whole thing is Ism Majroor. And why this is Ism Majroor? Because of this ba.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is, we can call them as MBK. We can call them as a khabar of dhalika.
So, Sister Shahad, wherever we're gonna say bi annahum, it's gonna be
This is always harfu jar.
yeah, it's gonna
This
be
ba
always
is
broken
harfu
down
jar.
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, it's always going to be harf jar?
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Always. Otherwise, what another label we can give it, dhalika mubtada, bi annahum another mubtada, right? If we do not take this ba as a harfu jar, then we say inna, anna, ka anna, bi anna, li anna, right? We were saying that they were harfu nasab. So in this case, we can call it another mubtada. So we have two mubtadas over here, right? So this is one way to do it. But actually, I'm just telling you guys that actually this ba is no difference than harfu jar ba, we know. Ba, ta, kaf, lam.
Okay.
Okay, so we can just, we are old enough, alhamdulillah. So now we can handle that this is MBK or this is the khabar of dhalika. Then amanu is jumla failure, right? And this is the khabar. Another khabar for dhalika, we can say. Okay, so dhalika, that is bi annahum, because they are amanu, they believe. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving, did we miss anything? No, this is ayah 2. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a reasoning, because in the next part he's saying fatubiya ala qulubihim, he put seal on their hearts. So basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a reasoning why he put a seal on their hearts. Zalika, that is bi annahum, because they are amanu, they believed. So at very first place, they accepted Islam from their heart. So they were the believer one time. Summa kafaru, but then they disbelieve. When some hardships come, when they asked to participate in jihad, right? So that was the problem, when they are told to spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their time, their energies, their money, right? They should spend in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that was the problem for them. So that time they just, they don't want to do it. So they kafaru. So they disbelieved. It's not like they said, oh, we are not Muslim anymore, right? It's not like that. But in their heart, it was very tough on them to do or to participate in all these things. So that is very eye-opening for us. We say that we are believers, but when some commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, then we just ignore them. We don't want to do it, right? So that is the kind of state of munafiqeen. And if we do not do tawbah, if we do not repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then this is the next stage comes. Fatubiya ala qulubihim. So, and tubiya, now this is, we didn't learn it yet. This is majhul, mabni lil majhul, meaning this is passive. So he put, so not he, qulubihim, on their hearts seal were put. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the respect of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that whenever something like not good, I should say, is associated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we will see in Quran Pak that it is used passive form. The doer is, even though we know that no one can put the seal on hearts except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? But as a respect, the doer is taken away. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not associated or mentioned over here. Even this is the adab of Anbiya, we will see. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam said that whenever I get sick, he cure me. So we know that who can make sick? Obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So when he said he cures, he mentioned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when he said that when I am sick, so he just did not mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over there.
So, so in passive voice, even though in this ayah for like the word to be we know that the doer is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it's gonna show the doer is unknown.
Passive, in passive, always the doer is unknown.
Okay.
So
And
for
what
tubiya,
word you use?
for tubiya, the translation would be seal was put. So we are not saying that he put the seal. For example, when we say taba'a, mean this is a regular form. So taba'a mean he put a seal. Okay. But when I say tubi'a,
It
now
was sealed.
it's different. So it would be
Put.
seal was
Put.
seal was put.
Mrs. Sharahat, I was remembering this. You know, I remember we did the Surah Al-Fatiha and you did explain like غير المغضوب the same way, I think. Is that the same way?
No. Maghdub is some maf'ul. No,
Okay.
this passive we did not learn it yet, and there is no passive in Surah Fatiha.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how Humaira it should be. We are not going to use any, when we have passive, no doer is mentioned in that.
I got it.
Okay. So Fatubiya ala qulubihim. So a seal was put ala qulubihim on their hearts. Okay. Fahum la yafqahun. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this is giving the reasoning as a result, because now they have seal on their heart. As a result, whom they are la yafqahun. They will never understand the concept of Islam, the concept of deen, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the love for this deen. They are not going to understand. And fiqh is basically a deeper understanding of something, is fiqh. So how scary it is. And now, Zalika, we already said, Mubtada bi annahum is our MBK or khabar. Then Amanu is another khabar, we can say. This is Fil Madi, Failuhu, whom, and this is our khabar. Then Summa comes, Summa is ataf. Kafaru is Filun Madin, Failuhu, whom, and this is, we know after the connector, and this kafaru should be related to something before, and we can see it is getting relation with amanu. So basically this is kafaru is complete jumla failure, right? So this jumla failure is motufun ala to previous sentence, which was amanu. And
one more question, Sister Rahat.
Sorry?
I have one more question about Fatubi'a. You said if this is a passive voice, it will not have a hidden, like, you know, there is a hidden doer inside.
There is no doer, no.
No hidden doer inside. Okay.
No doer. Yeah. So this is we know that in English we learn passive, right? For example, he taught, and then the passive would be teaching is done. Right?
Yeah, because the doer is not clear. I mean,
Yeah. We hide the
So,
doer.
yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
we need to hide, for example, if I wanna say that, okay, let's say I am talking to the class and I'm saying homework is not done. So now I'm not mentioning that who did not do homework, right? So I'm not embarrassing the person in front of whole class. Rather, I'm just saying that like I'm trying to hide the doer, right?
So it's going to be like daraba and duriba. So daraba, he was hit, and duriba, he
hitting
got
was
hit.
hitting was done.
Hitting was done.
Hitting
Okay.
was-
So
Yeah.
it's always going to be the pattern of tubiya, like fuila.
It's fil madi, it is different. Fil mudari, it is going to be different. Inshallah, very soon we are going to learn that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so far
So
we
much-
keep learning that
so much-
every fail has a doer inside. So that's why I was thinking that if every fail
No, but
has a-
not in majhul.
not in Majhul. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What did you say? What word you use?
Majhul.
Majhul.
Mabni lil majhul.
Mabni lil majhul. Majhul. Okay. Jazaki.
Majhul. Okay. You know, maloom, whatever we have learned so far is maloom. We should say failun madin. Failun madin maloom. So maloom mean we know the doer. And majhul from jahal. What is jahalat? What is jahalat? When we do not know something.
Ignorancy.
Like
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yes. So majhul is from that. This is on the pattern of maf'ul. So
Maf'ul.
something that is unknown.
Subhanallah. So much. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Like, I mean, one ayah will probably take me one whole day to understand and to decode the whole thing.
Exactly. Subhanallah. This is the beauty
Subhanallah.
of Quran. Lifetime is very less. Okay.
Subhanallah.
So fahum. Now hum is our mubtada. And la yafqahun. La is la nafiya. We know la nafiya. So the regular la when we are kind of denying something,
negation.
right? One thing is I said don't do that, right? So that is different la. That is called la nahiya. I'm stopping someone to do something. But when I say I do not have a pen, so now I'm just simply saying la, and this is la nafiya. So la yafqahun, they do not have any deeper understanding. So yafqahun, now again we say that this is mubtada, jumla ismiya, but its khabar is jumla fe'liya. La yafqahun.
La
Yeah.
yaftahun is a complete jumla
Yeah,
fi'liya.
this is complete jumla fe'liya, which is coming as a khabar of whom,
Okay.
right? So alhamdulillah,
So much to absorb.
exactly. Even though I wanna move to our next lesson, so I don't know. Do you guys think that we are good enough to move, or you guys need more time to spend on this Fi'l Madi and Mudariya?
Yeah, I think we need some time.
Yeah, some
It's
time to
getting
yeah.
complicated now. Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah, the foundation has to be strong.
Next is coming like when we have Fi'l Mudariya, Mansoob and Majzoom. Because you see that in this sentence, in the next ayah it says وَإِن يَقُولُوا. So what's going on over here? It's supposed to be يَقُولُونَ, right?
Simplify, I mean,
Why?
Light.
Why
Light.
it's not yaquluna?
Light.
Yeah,
Light
we
because
didn't.
of in.
Yeah, we didn't learn that yet, right?
Yeah.
So that is supposed to be our next lesson. So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying, that we need to learn in order to complete any ayah, because we will see all these fail mudariya, mansoob and majzoom in different ayat.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
then we can go ahead on the next lesson and then come
Yeah,
back to
so
those
always
phrases.
inshallah we will see some examples from Quran as well, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, so that was it, and I put a previous homework over here because I don't know, someone was mentioning that there is a problem. What do you guys think about this homework? Did you get it? Or no one attempt homework? Yeah, this quietness is telling me no one did it, right?
I
It's confession. Confessing.
No,
I
so
don't
how you
remember.
gonna
tried,
learn?
but
How
I
you
didn't
gonna be
write it
strong if you're
down.
not doing homeworks?
Mr. Farhat, the last homework was about the conjugations, not this one. I don't remember.
No,
Maybe.
no, that was the
Well, this
last.
was there. I
Okay.
tried it, but I didn't write it down.
I
No,
only did
writing is
conjugation.
must. Writing is must. Okay, so next class, inshallah, we
I
will
guess
see
I did
that.
it. Yeah,
Huh?
I did it. I did
You
it,
did?
I guess.
And
Yes.
everything is clear? No question about it. I want to just mention this word, tadhakkaruna. This is very interesting word. I don't know if it is going to be overwhelming for you guys, but I just want to show the beauty of this word. You know, soon, inshallah, when we will go surf part, we will see that there are 6 small families. 6 small families which has only 3 root letter. Okay, and then we will learn 9 big families. So altogether, how many families we will know? 15.
15, yeah.
So that means we will learn 15 different patterns. For Madi and for Mudariya, subhanallah. And the example is when I say ana or agana. So how many root letters do you guys see? 3, right? Ain, Waw, and Noon. So this is part of our 3 root family. But the same root, Ain, Waw, Noon, I can put in a different container, and that is going to be big families. And in this big families, what I'm adding alif, sin, and ta, ista'ana. Do we know this word ista'ana? We say ihdina siratal mustaqim, no, sorry. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Same word, nasta'in. So the root letter, the 3 root letters were 3. So that was the family 1. These 6 small families, and same root letter I can take to big families, and I can create a different word, and then this word has different implication. For example, ana mean to help, and ista'ana means seeking help, like begging for help, crying for help. Okay, so, and why this begging and crying or seeking coming from? This word ista that I have added to this container. Then we have another example. I know alima. Alima mean he knows.
He knows.
Right? Allama. What is allama mean?
He taught.
He teaches. I taught him.
Taught. And ta'allama, he learned. Right? So see, the root letter are same, Ain Lam Mim, Ain Lam Mim. But over here I added ta and shadda, ta, and over here is shadda. And then it is completely like root letter are same, but it is giving different implication. So now over here the word is zakara. Zakara mean to mention. हम जिक्र भी बोलते हैं in Urdu, Allah Ta'ala का जिक्र करना, to mention Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Then from zakara we can make zakara, and now this is basically tazkira, reminder, or to take heed from something. And then zakara, this is madi. In mudariya it will become yuzakiru. And then we have tazakara or yatazakaru. See, so what happened? The thing I want to mention over here, tazakara. Now this ta should not confuse you guys that this is fil mudariya. You can get confused because ta beginning, right? You're gonna say, okay, this is fil mudariya. But what is the clue that this is not fil mudariya?
The ending.
Ending, very good.
Should
It
we,
has fatha.
yeah, it should be.
Okay. If it
Dhamma.
was fail mudariya, then it should have dhamma.
Yeah.
Right? So that should tell you. Same is with ta'allama. So this ta is basically the part of the patron, which is taking it to a different family, different bab. And this ta even should not confuse you that this is mudariya. Why not? Because we are going to look at that. Ta'allama would be yata'allamu. Or even if when it goes to hiya or anta, it could be tata'allamu. So two ta's gonna come.
Two times.
Now look at the word yatadhakkaruna. So basically this is tadhakkaru. Tadhakkaru pattern, right? And from there it is yatadhakkaruna. And then we have the word yadhakkaru. Now what's going on? Yadhakkaru. Actually it was yatadhakkaru. Yatadhakkaru, but they just infuse this ta into two za to make it easy on your tongue. Yatadhakkaru and yadhakkaru. Yadhakkaru is easier to pronounce. So that happens. Then same yadhakkaru. Then we have tatadhakkaruna. So now these two tas are telling me that this is what? What pronoun is there?
Antum.
Antum. And now look over here. Then it says tazakkaruna. Now what happened over here?
Oh, mister.
Now instead of two ta, they just dropped one ta. And now instead of ta tazakkaruna, it is tazakkaruna.
So the two writings are the same
Yeah,
meaning,
so
have the same meaning?
sometimes you're gonna find all these variation in Quran Pak. Sometimes ta is there and sometimes ta is not there. So that should not confuse you. We need to look at the ending, right? The ending can help us. Then tadhakkaruna, again this is tatadhakkaruna, right? But it became tadhakkaruna. Then it says yadhakkaruna. But is actually it should be yadhakkaruna.
Yatadhakkaruna.
Yatadhakkaruna. So ta is fused with the. Yatadhakkaruna become yadhakkaruna. Tadhakkaruna. Yadhakkaruna. So basically this is tatadhakkaruna and this is yatadhakkaruna. And now this is tazakkaru. What do you guys think? What kind of word it is? Tazakkaru. What kind of word it is? This is
Fil
mad.
Madi.
Yes, fail madi. File is whom. Okay, but see, it kind of can match with Mudariya. If we will learn that sometimes Mudariya is light, right? So
Yes.
then yazakkaruna, yazakkaruna, tazakkaruna, tazakkaruna. So same. Now yatazakkaru, this ya beginning and u ending is telling that this is fil mudariya and file is huwa. Okay, so that's all I want to show you guys. And now look over the ayah over here. Wama huwa biqawli sha'irin. Wama and not huwa, he is. It is biqawli sha'ir, the statement of a sha'ir. Basically talking about Quran Pak, right? Qalilam ma tu'minun. So how little ma tu'minun, what they believe, what you all believe. So this qalilam ma tu'minun, I'm referring to this part of homework. It says qalilam ma tadhakkarun. So this ma basically is very special and it is used in Quran Pak a lot. It says qalilam ma tu'minun, qalilam ma tashkurun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala complains that how little they do shukr of, you all do shukr. Now over here, qalilam ma tu'minun, how little they believe. Wala biqawli kahin, these are not the statement or the words of kahin. Kahin who know the future, right? They claim that they know the future, right? So they are called kahin. Qalilam ma tadhakkarun, how little they remember. So now, can you think that what's going on over here? Qalilam ma tadhakkarun. Actually, the if we go to the normal structure, it should be tata zakaruna qalilan, right? Or tazakkaruna qalilan, because this is fail file, right? Fail and file, and qalilan is what?
Maf'ul.
Maf'ul,
Maful.
right? So this is maf'ul bihi. That should be the order. Tazakkaruna qalilan or tatazakkaruna qalilan. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring qalilan before to stress it out. And when that happens, it gives the meaning of how little. How little ma tazakkarun, what they remember. So this is very beautiful, and you will see in Quran Pak a lot that is happening. So that's why I want to mention it. Now homework is that you need to conjugate 10 af'al from this surah into fi'l madi and mudariya. So this surah means this Munafiqun we did.
Munafiqun.
Yeah. So you can pick any 10 fi'l, whatever we have done so far, and you can conjugate them. Madi and mudariya side by side. Homework, if you really want to be strong, then homework is must. That's why we see the attendance. How many people we are? Subhanallah. Only 16, huh? How many we used to be? Hundreds,
A lot. Yeah.
right? So this is because we do not wanna put effort in it. So I do not wanna lose these 16, and even in these 16, one is Ali, one is me. So basically 14 people. So that is very sad.
The rest of them join the Noon League.
Yeah, the new link.
Subhanallah.
We are with Imran Khan.
I think you are on new league too, right? Isn't it? Try
Okay.
both leagues to see which one's gonna work better for us.
Okay, inshallah, we
Astaghfirullah.
can end our session. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.